theoretic section, yeah, carbonic anhydrase maintaining, it's part of the electrolyte homeostasis there, sure, blah, blah, blah. But there are other isoforms of the carbonic anhydrase enzyme. Some of them might even be found in sweat glands. But this one, there is a particular isoform of carbonic anhydrase that can be found doing its stuff with regards to lipid metabolism. And because of that, this may explain why topiramate and zonisamide lead to weight loss. And this weight loss is being utilized for its use in binge eating disorder. But it's not just the weight loss that seems to be its effects. In fact, topiramate particularly, we can more confidently say topiramate can actually reduce binge episodes. So if SSRIs are not cutting it, you might actually consider topiramate for binge eating disorder, right? But another issue with topiramate particularly, brain fog. That might be one possibility, so this is mainly speculation, is because it is also a GABA-A positive allosteric modulator. Not like a benzo, but it still binds to GABA-A and enhances the action of GABA on the receptor. And particularly, you have a subunit there, right? Alpha-5 subunit, responsible for cognition. Particularly, it can lead to anterograde amnesia. So that might be one thing. I don't know if the NMDA receptor action is involved there, the glutamate receptor, but a lot of people do complain about difficulties with attention, executive function, memory, concentration when on topiramate. So you really gotta warn about this. That also connecting again to the mechanism, yes, carbonic anhydrase inhibition is responsible for the weight loss, but it is also responsible for the nephrolithiasis. Dito papasok yung carbonic anhydrase isoform na nasa kidneys. It can lead to, basically blocking that can lead to formation of calcium phosphate stones. And so, because of that, you'll want to, when people are taking this drug, you want to remind them to stay hydrated. Stay hydrated and to reduce the risk of kidney stones, plus diet. So probably that's something you can talk to a nephrologist for, or there are certain foods, drinks that can actually reduce the risk of kidney stones and some that can heighten the risk. So, yun. Zonisamide, generally, it's less preferred than topiramate. Topiramate, that's probably the reason why topiramate is in the PNF and zonisamide isn't. Topiramate is generally preferred. If you had to choose between the two, just pick topiramate. Zonisamide is less tolerated, basically. So, similar properties, but zonisamide is less tolerated. So, yeah. But in terms of spectrum, they do cover a lot in terms of epilepsy, both focal and generalized. So, at least, you have options. And this is my commissioned artwork to help remember topiramates and tomiramates mainly properties. The kidney stones on the table is again because of its inhibition of kidney carbonic anhydrase. So we're going to remind them to stay hydrated. The question marks there are, well, they're having difficulty concentrating, studying, the munchlax here, because of the brain fog. And I made the munchlax slightly thinner. Just slightly. So that's the weight loss. So this is one way you can visualize the important properties of topiramate. Right? Zonisamide, sige, sama na zonisamide. Although I'm not sure how prominent the brain fog is there. The brain fog is really more prominent with topiramate, I hear. Yeah, refinamide lacosamide. Yeah, sodium channel blockers, limited spectrum, bit pricey. One of them even has addiction potential. So they're really far at the bottom of my list, basically. Really far at the bottom.